What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Fact Show, Super Fast Network. Today we got with us one of New York's hottest, man, just skyrocketing young artists, Lyrivelli. How you doing today, man?
What it do, my brother? How you doing, man? Appreciate you having me on the show, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. So like, I was all the way ready for this show, and then like 2 hours ago, your manager sent me a unreleased project, and I just gotta say, I can't wait for the fans to hear it. I guess, not I guess. I see you've already dropped one song off of it. I'll Live Forever. I recommend anybody check that out on wherever you get your music from, Spotify, Apple Music, all that. But the entire
Facts, yeah,
project,
two singles is out right now. So we got The World Go Round and Live Forever is out. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did see World Go Round on your Spotify on there. See, I ain't gonna front. I mean, they ain't hear it yet, but the title track, bro, I listened to that like 15 times, and I listened to the rest of the album like 2 times. You feel me? Because like I just kept doing that shit was so real. I can't wait till they hear that. One thing I noticed on there is like you're rapping a lot more, and I'm not gonna say I was surprised because I could tell just from the content of your music that you're a great songwriter. But you think people are gonna be surprised not at like just the fucking flow, like you can flow like shit on beat like a motherfucker, topical, bro.
Right. Nah, man. I mean, if you've been following the journey for a while, you understand why I am how I am. You know what I'm saying? Why, you know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to the Lyrivelli projects, when you listen to these installments, you'll know why I'm rapping on it, how I'm rapping, how I'm talking. You feel me? Because on these other records that I've been introduced to people on, I've been more just like on the hook, almost like helping the song. So like now when I'm doing my own stuff, I'm like, nah, I gotta carry it somewhere else. You feel me? I've been rapping forever. Like that singing shit came a little bit after, you feel me? But I've been rapping since I was a kid. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's really what I'm passionate about, you know? Like I said, the singing shit just became like another vehicle, kind of like, you feel me? As I was doing this shit. But I've always been rapping, and it's always been my passion, and you know what I'm saying? That's what I've always wanted to push. But I also understand like the climate of where we at today, you know what I'm saying? We got to kind of like, can't just be all rapping all the time. Kind of got to give niggas some more different styles, you know what I'm saying? Almost got to be like 2 or 3 different niggas in one now, so, you know?
Nah. Yeah, I mean, if you don't got multi hustles, you have no hustles in this world right now, right?
Facts.
But I'm curious though, like, you know, I just assume, and that's why you never assume that you probably had sung first, just because of what I was familiar with. And so I'm curious. I was gonna ask you if singing helps your delivery with rap, because like again, I was struck by just how on beat you are. Like you don't sound nothing like Devin the Dude at all. But like it reminded me of like how perfect, because like there's different BPM joints, and you just ride that shit perfectly. And I'm wondering, does rapping help with your singing delivery or vice versa?
Yeah, bro, definitely. The rapping definitely helps with the singing, and they actually both work together. You know what I'm saying? I think that just being able to like, I almost go in the studio like Bruce Lee said, like you got to be like water. You know what I'm saying? Got to be like shape shift into anything, kind of. You know, so I almost go into the studio with that mentality and like, this is gonna be what you know what I'm saying? So the rapping definitely helped the singing, because now when I'm doing the singing shit, I'm not only like singing simple shit, like I'm more like I'm talking still, you know? Even when you hear me on hooks, when you hear me on these different records, you can hear that I'm talking like, you feel me? I'm talking some shit. So nah, definitely the rapping definitely helped, and you know, yeah, they work together, I feel like now, you know?
Well, I got hip to you. I caught you on a This Is 50 interview a few years ago, right? And
right.
I've been saying this shit for like at least 20 years and shit. Ever since New Jack Swing, really, which I love. But I was like, you know, I grew up, my people listening to like, you know, Howlin' Wolf, Stax Records, Motown, and all that shit. And you know, everybody just ain't sing about, you know, fucking being in love, partying, getting high and shit. And man, for years I've been saying, I wish motherfuckers would come back to, you know, I mean, still making all them songs, but singing about like, you know, Marvin Gaye singing what's going on. Like everybody don't want to get their, I guess, the voice of what's going on in their life from rap or for country, right, from rock, whatever. And like I felt like R&B been missing that shit for I mean, like I said, for like Tyson, it's like New Jack Swing stuff for people I ain't hip to probably. And
right.
I just thought your shit was such a breath of fresh air. Like the last album, what was that? Still I Live?
That was No Limit.
No Limit. My bad. No, man, I'll be listening. I'll be getting names mixed up. I'll be more on the vibe, you feel me, than the name of the song. With the red, with the dope red cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I know it's on that. You don't just be singing about the same topics. You sing about what's going on in your life, what's going on in the environment around you, or a couple times I caught you referencing like what's going on nationally.
Okay. Yeah, definitely, bro. Nah, definitely. I'm somebody who's like I'm self-conscious, man, and I'm not somebody who's like gonna just say shit in vain. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of my music, I'm super serious about what I'm talking about in my message. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I find purpose at. You feel me? That's where I find fulfillment in talking like that. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that I can talk to niggas and give niggas a message, not preach, but even if preach, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I like that about it. I like that I'm able to do that, and I'm able to do it not in a condescending type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I'm able to just do it from, because it's real. You know what I'm saying? Everything I'm talking about is my reality. So, like, it's definitely coming from a real place. Come from my heart for sure.
Nah, it really is, bro. Cause like one thing I appreciate when you talk about some of the troubles you've been through, some of the struggles you've been through, which I can totally relate. I've been there, bro. And it ain't no glorification and making that shit sound cool, none of that shit. But like it really captures the feeling, kind of. Cause like that shit, to be real with you, when you get charged with shit, sometimes that shit's more stressful than whatever you was doing up until the point you got charged. Like, to be real with you, bro, I've been more stressed out dealing with the motherfucking court system than I ever was dealing with the streets in my day.
Nah, that's a fact, bro. That's what they do, man. They want you to go through that revolving door, and it's, you know what I'm saying, they'll have you going to court a year and a half, and then, you know what I'm saying. So it's like it's all a way for them to make money, and it's been a part of the system. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely stressful, and for a lot of our, for a lot of us out here, but a lot of us get caught up in that shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us get caught up, get locked up, have to do time, have to do months, and you feel me? Being in jail ain't nothing to glorify, man. Ain't nothing cool about it. And nigga, being in jail, you ain't get no pussy, you ain't get no money. Like, why do I want to be there? Nigga, fuck that. I ain't you feel me? So that's been my mentality for a long time too. Like I've been locked up a few times or whatever, but it's always like every time something happened, I'm like, I'm not trying to be in, you feel me? My mind's like, nigga, I'm not being it. Like, this is not my end all be all. You feel me? So that's always been my mentality with this shit. And it's just like, but right now, so many like, in the youth, there's a lot of violence going on. So a lot of the youth is getting caught up a lot more. Like, you see a lot of young niggas getting 20, 30 years now. Like, God damn. I just seen somebody today, they gave him 100 years plus for drug trafficking. I'm like, what? Nigga, like, what the fuck was he trafficking that he needed 100 years? Like, you feel me? So certain times it's just like, bro, this shit.
I mean, you already know what that's about, though. That's because they probably wanted him to do something and he ain't do it. So then they're gonna be vindictive. They call that shit the justice system, but they some vindictive ass, just evil motherfuckers for people that's supposed to be just. Because you don't do what the fuck. Because if it's just, you're supposed to be able to take your shot if you want, right? But if you take your shot, they're gonna hit you in the head because they try to get you them plea deals. So he probably got the 100 years not for anything he did, but for whatever they viewed he should have done that he didn't do.
Yeah, that's just crazy, though. You know what I'm saying? How many different scenarios are there of people coming out right now that they got arrested 30 years ago, wrongfully accused? Like, there's so many instances of that happening. So it's just like, the system is not built for us, it's built against us. And we got to realize that. And we also got to realize, you know what I'm saying, the traps that's been set already, that other people have fell into already. We see it every day. So we just got to be smarter, move smarter, post less. Even if when we in the street, we got to be able to, like, keep it quiet. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, everybody's posting what they got on them, everything. So it's like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We know Facebook is a federal organization working with the feds. So, of course, they monitoring everything. So you posting whatever you got, your blickies, whatever the fuck, of course, niggas going to be on you. Like, you feel me? But it's our own fault. So we got to be smarter. Like, it's like when they started putting cameras up outside, like, niggas had to, you know what I'm saying, move a different way because the cameras is up now. Now they can see, like, 4K, nigga, who's doing what? How they finding all these people? Like the 11-year-old girl that got killed the other day, and they found the little homie, the 14-year-old that shot her. Like, how they found him? You feel me?
I mean, the other shit
cameras, they probably followed the cameras to where the shit went. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, like you need to have a little more common sense, bro.
You know, not to mention the phone, not just posting on the shit, but you know, the metadata tracking you. Like wherever that 11-year-old girl got killed at, I'm sure they can narrow down a time frame, and then they can see whose phones was around there in that time period. And now they starting off with a suspect list.
Crazy. That's gangster. It kind of like, you feel me? It's good and bad. Like sometimes I want for me, I be wanting the bad guys to win sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? It's like,
I mean, it's good to keep our daughters from getting raped, but like it's not good for motherfuckers to be having to do like 100 years for drugs.
Yeah, facts. But some of that shit is like, you know, it works. It's like a double-edged sword, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't want niggas going to jail, but you just shot an 11-year-old girl, my nigga. Like, you fucked up for real. That's fucked up. Like, even though it wasn't intentional, it's still like, bro, like you got to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? You got to man up to that now.
But I mean, you know like you don't know me, but like I'm basically from the trenches too, out the DC area, right? And maybe if they make us like not trust them and shit, so motherfucking much the community would turn out when an 11-year-old girl got killed. But they done made it to the point that we can't trust them for shit to keep us safe. None of that shit.
Hell no, bro.
So I mean, I agree. You know, like an 11-year-old girl, that guy gets solved. But I feel like they made it. You know what I'm saying? We done had to lay in. You know, I done caught mandatory minimums and all that shit. You know, you talk about traps. One of the traps is they be tricking us. It don't just be in the black community with gangs. They tricking all of us poor people into thinking we're each other's enemies while they getting over on us like a fat rat. You know what I'm saying? Like it's poor white kids be going to prison. Motherfucking white parents don't be worrying about that shit. That's just as much of some fucked up shit. I feel anybody going to prison for nonviolent crimes is some fucked up shit. And that's just another way that they control everybody. And then they got all of us in there thinking we each other's enemies. You know what I'm saying? That's how a prison could be controlled by like 15 guards when it's 1,000 people on the yard.
Right. I mean, you know, it's the same shit that happened back in the day with slaves and slave owners. You know what I'm saying? When we look at, you know, we really want to get into it, like Willie Lynch. Like,
Willie Lynch, yeah.
Unfortunately, them letters have been, you know what I'm saying, detrimental to years of you know what I'm saying, of him teaching how to break down a slave. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, like I said, we just got to realize the traps. We can't be out here not saying that we saying it, but like, you know, it's nobody's fault but our own, really, for real. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I ever ended up locked up, I'm like, God damn, it was me. You feel me? Yeah. I got caught, but I'm like, it falls on me. Like, you feel me? So we got to man up and we got to realize that this is, you know what I'm saying, it's a trap already there. Like, nah, we're not going that way. You know, that's the easy way. Like, we could go do that, but that's the easy way out. So it takes for us to realize and to have people around us like, nah, bro, you got bigger shit to accomplish. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Then we done got serious as a motherfucker in this shit, you know what I'm saying? But, you know,
facts.
I ain't trying to take it away from your music like that. So like I see you got the Lobby Boyz shirt on, and you know, I know you've been rocking with Maino for years, but you know, now the Lobby Boyz, millions of views, millions of streams. So like even though the album just came out, what's been the immediate change for you? Because like I see your followers been going up, your Spotify listens, all that good stuff. Like there's always a carryover. So like, what have you noticed imminently?
Just mostly those things, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, the follows going up and you know, more people fucking with it, more eyes on the music. Like I've noticed, like, you know, just, you know, more people listening, and that's what I think that's what the point is, right? Like when, you know, an artist that nobody knows gets on a record with somebody who's already reputable, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like almost expected. If you know, if they fire, they're like, damn, I'm gonna go check that shit out. So, you know, it's been a lot of that, people hitting me up and shit. But for me, I'm like tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's happening, but I still got work to do. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm like, nigga, I still got a lot of work to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I be thinking about this shit. So I don't never let it get to my head a lot, even though I should be like grateful and thankful for the blessings that I'm getting right now. I'm like, nigga, I gotta work. Like, fuck that. Like, yeah, that happened. Okay, cool. What's next? You feel me? Because everybody's like, what's next? Like, what you doing next? You feel me? So that's really my mentality all the time. Like, bro, I got to put in more work. I got to go harder, and I got to make sure that, when niggas hear me, just how you heard that project, there's a distinct difference. Like you be like, nah, I gotta respect this nigga now. You feel me? Like, yeah, I heard him on the hooks, but that was cool. But now I really have to respect his pen, his lyricism, his, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Everything. So it's really what I'll be focused on.
I mean, shit, I can answer that question for you because I feel like I can kind of feel your spirit, like you got that drive. So like your next move is to make sure the people when they doing interviews are thinking of you, they think like you said, thinking of your music more than the features of Lobby. Because like I don't think this is the peak, bro. I think this is like the beginning.
For sure.
And
definitely, bro.
And I see that just coming so much. But I see you got you know, for those listening to the audio pod, he got a mock up of an LP cover he's releasing, and you got that jacket on you was wearing in the Lobby Boyz Anthem video, and that was one of my questions. I never heard of that brand. That jacket is incredibly fucking fire. And if you don't mind, I ain't trying to pocket watch or anything, but I'm curious, how much is that step one back?
How much is the jacket?
Word, yeah.
Shit, probably like 1,000 plus. You feel me? But it's an older van. It's called Vanson.
Right.
So they got
that.
like
I ain't never heard of it though.
Huh?
I said I saw the name. I ain't gonna front. I wasn't hip to it, but that shit is fire.
Yeah, them shits is tough. It's almost like back in the day there was like Averex jackets.
Avy,
you feel
yeah,
me?
When you said 1,000, I was like, oh, that's like an Avy. Okay, I can rock with that. I was afraid it was like
that shit.
But let's see, high level shit. Like I might be able to fade a stack on the jacket, but I ain't even know 20 stack level. You know what I mean?
Word up. Nah, yeah, them jackets are like staples in New York City, almost like the Pele, like, you know what I'm saying? Different staples in New York City. Like, you wear that, you know that a nigga doing good. You feel me? Niggas see you with that on, you like, yeah, he's up. He's doing what he's supposed to.
And if they see you with it 10 times, they know you ain't no punk.
Word up. Facts.
Yeah, shit, bro. I spent mad time in New York. I know about it. I mean, I don't know about how it is now, but or like pre-pandemic when it's all gentrified. But I remember going up there in the 90s to top like Clue tapes and shit. And man, New York motherfuckers will call you on your shit. You can't talk about nothing you don't do. And if you got some nice shit, that they I mean, every time I went up to John, somebody calls me on some what size shoe you wear, all that type of, because I'd have to walk way far from the train station because I didn't just want like the lock mix CD. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the J Hood shit. I used to go because I was in DC. We only had Go-Go Jones. So
we used to have to go to.
I mean, I'd usually go out Harlem, but when Megabus came, wherever the Megabus, I just catch a subway, and the further you walk away from it, the more rare shit it be. Like the closer to the subway, the shit like close to the subway, they'd have the Dipset CD, right? And you open that shit have a booklet. You can unfold that shit. You get like further away, the motherfucking blankets on the ground's rattier. Them jobs is like printer paper. But you know,
probably Jamaica Ave, you heard?
I hit all of them, bro. I go out like you know, out Harlem by the Rucker, I guess 40th and Lenox and all that type shit. But
you said you in DC with the Go-Go, right?
Yeah.
One of my homies is out there. He's in charge of like the whole Go-Go scene out there. Like damn, what's the bro name, man? I can't name him off the top, but he be having concerts out there, Go-Go concerts. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about.
I mean, that could be a lot of people. Like you remember the Hey Ma video? That dude, yeah, the Dipset shit.
It's a newer homie. Like he not from that era. He like, you feel me? He a little bit younger, I think. Like,
see, I ain't lived there for a minute. I live in Florida now, and I lived in Houston for a long time before this.
Gangster, that's fire.
I like going where the music at, bro. In Houston, rap is like a holiday. And like, you want to talk independent shit, it's so different down that motherfucker. It's still a bunch of Mexicans, like literal Mexicans, not no racist shit. And they still want to buy CDs. So it'd be like these Hispanic rappers. I promise you, these cats is making like at least $750,000 a year, releasing 3 albums and pressing up the CDs and selling like, you know, 50,000 copies.
That's fire.
And then it'd be black cats who will cop them for features, and then go to like where the little lunch trucks be at the job site selling their CDs, getting paid. And these motherfuckers don't ever give a fuck if they get no national.
Fire.
You know, I love shit like that, which is what I was gonna ask you. I know you know Maino for a minute, but when did you meet Jones? Because I'm curious from when you met him. You know, speaking of hustling type shit, like uh, not just always admire. Like I really admire now how many different revenue streams Jones is getting, and I'm curious like what you've observed being around him about the hustle and the grind and stuff.
I met Jones in like 2012, bro. I met Jones before I met Maino, actually. And I was engineering for him at a studio on Broadway and 28th Street at the time in Manhattan. So, like, I was working for him back then, but, like, that studio shut down. I didn't see him again until, like, probably until this time. Like, Maino, like, he was just pulling up to the lobby, to the studio and recording, like, you feel me? And I actually, like, reminded him one time, like, bro, I was a nigga recording you back in that other studio. He's like, word. It kind of put it together and shit. Because I ain't have long hair back then, nothing. So, you feel me? So, like, I've known Jones for a long time. Like, you feel me? So, it's like, it's almost like all full circle now. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, that man, that's what's up. So, when did you, like, see, I want to phrase this shit does, so that's why I'm stuttering and shit. Jones has gotten a lot motherfucking nicer. You know what I mean? Like, he's constantly improved. So I don't know if you remember the old Desert Island question, but like if you had to go on a desert island and you could only take Jones' complete discography or Cam's complete discography, what would you take?
I'm taking Hustler's Poem with me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking like the newest shit, the latest like Capo album that he dropped like 2 or 3 years ago. I'm taking that with me. Far as Cam, I never really got into Cam like that. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Dipset, but Cam was really never like my favorite off the group. You feel me? You feel me? Cam is that nigga though. I ain't taking nothing away from the bro, but like for me, I wasn't really listening to him like that. But as far as Jones, yeah, probably those 2 albums for sure. And then the Lobby shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, those 2 albums is, you know what I'm saying? Hustler's Poem was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Was one of them records. I was a young nigga coming up. And at that time too, it was like a big like G-Unit versus Dipset. Like, and I used to be tight because I'm like a big G-Unit fan at the time. Like, I'm like, nigga, fuck Dipset type shit. You feel me? Yeah. So it was that whole shit coming up in Brooklyn like that, and just arguing and just being like,
you had to pick a side and shit. You couldn't just like both. I remember that you had to pick a side. You couldn't just like both.
You had to, bro. Like, nah, but on the low, I was listening to Dipset. I was listening to Jimmy. You feel me? But outside, I'm like, nah, it's the unit, nigga. Like, fuck. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Nah, it's like, you know, Jim Jones is legendary, bro. And to be able to work with him, to be able to work with Maino is definitely a blessing, and it's definitely something that I don't take lightly. And you know what I'm saying? I understand like my role in this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta show and prove. You feel me? When the lights is on and the game is on and the playoffs, nigga, game 7, nigga, I gotta show and prove and score 40, nigga. You feel me? That's why we having this interview now, because if I was just a regular nigga not doing that, it wouldn't matter. You feel me?
No, I can dig it, bro. I mean, shit, you definitely motherfucking belong. I'm curious. When you heard Uncle Murda versus on She a Demon the first time, did you laugh? Because I was laughing like shit when I was listening to that joint yesterday.
I was in the studio with him when he was laying it. I actually recorded him doing that verse. I recorded his verse. So we did it together. Like, yeah, bro. Murda's my nigga, bro. Like, it's the bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, Velli, I need you to get on this joint. I'm like, all right, bet. So I came up with that shit. I'm really falling in love. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, and he started just talking this shit, bro. You know, that's Great John on the beat, too. My brother, Great John. You know what I'm saying? Nah, definitely Murda's funny as fuck. Like, nigga's a comedian for real.
Nah, I mean, yeah. Every time I hear an interview, he'd be having laughing, talking greasy and shit. What you got a Uncle Murda story? I'm always down to hear some Uncle Murda shit.
1 second, brother. Oh, no, you said, do I got an Uncle Murda story?
Yes, sir. An unknown one.
An unknown one?
Yeah, just an example of the time. Some wild shit, some funny shit. You know, I ain't into like who beat up who type shit. You know what I'm saying? That we can leave that for them podcasts and want to get people locked up and shit. I ain't into that shit.
No. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of some funny murder shit that happened. I got a murder story. It might not be funny, but when we be doing a wrap-up show, we be in the studio for like 3 or 4 days straight, like, cause I engineer too. You feel me? So I be recording, like niggas hit me up to come pull up and record. And like I recorded the rappers for like the last 2 or 3 years, and like we be in that motherfucker literally 2, 3, 4 days straight. until New Year's, nigga. Like, you feel me? So it's like I just see the work ethic in these individuals that, you know what I'm saying, they niggas don't have nothing else, like, you know what I'm saying, in the eyes of the people, like, they don't really have nothing else to prove. They already are who they are, you feel me? But they still work, like, everything is, like, on the line, you know what I'm saying? And that's like, yeah, like, that's the inspiration to me, and I'm inspired by those things, and shit makes me go harder every day.
Well, why you think, like I noticed as cats I grew up looking up to or listening to or whatever, because, you know, don't look up to everybody. Don't ever meet your heroes. You'd be disappointed a lot. But why do you think some people get mediocre, but others like Maino, Jim Jones, Murda seem like they getting better?
It's the search. I think it's just a search, bro. Like, some niggas get to a certain point and then they stop searching. You know what I'm saying? They kind of become comfortable and complacent, and they stop searching for newer, and for new inspiration and new vibes, like, you know, and they don't be fucking with the young niggas. Like, once you get to a certain age, you really got to tap in with the young niggas, because the young niggas got the sound, you feel me? So it's like, I think a lot of, you know, even like Jay-Z, like, bro is like almost 50 years old, and his albums are still monumental, you feel me? So it's like,
you be replaying them though? Because I love Jigga, but I ain't gonna front. I ain't re-listened to too many of his last few albums.
Nah, some of them shits is hard. Like, I mean,
I'm not saying they not, but like, before I go get 444, I'm gonna listen to In My Lifetime Volume 1.
Okay, yeah, because that was the era you came up in. You feel me? But it might be a little nigga now that's coming up in this era, and that 444 shit might be his In My Lifetime. You feel me?
I mean, you got a point, but I find the music to be a little less relatable too. Like, when In My Lifetime came out, I was selling crack. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I'm not buying like $1 million paintings, so. I guess it's a little bit less relatable. See, like you know, everybody always assumes that like I'm a love Eminem automatically because I'm white, but I couldn't never relate to his music. Like, I ain't have no problem with Britney Spears. I wasn't into no weird shit. I didn't used to get beat up and made fun of. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just couldn't relate to this shit. I respect how good it is, but you know, I like music I can relate to, or at least understand. See, like you know, that takes it back to your music. Like you have a love song. I could look at it, but it's on the No Limit album. I think it was number 7, and I was like, man, I've been through a situation like that. I can dig it. Or then the song, I'm sorry, The Feeling, the title song on The Feeling. You know,
right.
I felt that way when my first child was born. Like
right.
I can relate to that. So maybe just for Jay, like, I reached that point with T.I. too, bro. Like I love T.I., right? But he had an album that every song he was just basically saying, you can never be as rich as me. I can fuck your girl, but I don't want to. And I ain't trying to hate on him. Like, I'm glad he reached that level of success. But I don't necessarily feel good listening to that. You know what I mean?
I understand that, bro. And that's facts, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just need the pain. Like, you know, and that's what happens. Like, with artists, like, we come from the gutter, and now we done reach a certain type of success and a certain type of, we might not necessarily talk about those same things anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like Tupac though, like Pac too, like All Eyes on Me. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of records on there that was like, you feel me, glorifying shit and all that. But he still, in those records, he still had I Ain't Mad at You. He still had, you feel me, Unconditional Love. He still had records in there that really like touched niggas, like, you feel me? So I think that niggas gotta people have to just stay tapped into their core, and like you know, I think that's what that's something that like Kendrick does really well, and like J. Cole they've been doing that really well, and, you know, executing that really well. You feel me? Staying tapped into their core, and, you feel me, not getting away from, you know, the people that loved them initially. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like real easy, even for a nigga like me, right? Because if you listen to the other projects, like, I'm just only rapping mostly. You feel me? I'm not really doing no singing like that. So now that I'm doing that more, I got records where I'm only singing. A nigga might feel like, bro, fuck this nigga. Like, he's singing now, fuck. He not rapping no more. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Like, you feel me? But it's also the evolution of an artist. Like, I was listening to Rowdy shit now, his new album. And honestly, Rowdy's fire, but I wasn't really feeling it like that because of that same thing. Because he's talking about fucking bitches, buying bitches' asses and all that. But that's not what I fell in love with Rowdy for. You feel me? I fell in love with him for the street shit. So a lot of times we get mad, and it's like, the artists are also trying to, appease to more people too. Like them being at a certain level, the label's like, hey, bro, you need to have more records that's more maybe female oriented or records that's just for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. And we just got to be able to, like, I feel like if we really a fan of somebody, we really got to roll with the punches. You feel me? I give niggas, everybody a shot. When a nigga drop an album, I listen to the whole album front to back. You feel me? I try. Like, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to get this nigga a whole try. Like, if I don't like it, then fuck it. But I at least try to give artists that I really like that benefit of the doubt, like they're going to deliver a good body of work.
And then, sometimes when it'd be us that ain't ready for it. And then like a couple years later, we end up liking an album like that. So, sometimes it's just timing. Hey, bro, on that No Static video, I got to know, how did you pull that bridge scene off?
That was crazy. Y'all have a crazy story, bro. Like, that shit was like, we had pulled up. That was in the Brooklyn. That was the Manhattan Bridge. So it's basically a bridge from Brooklyn to Manhattan. You feel me? So now we just pulled up. I had somebody in the front in my car, driving my car. And I'm telling the cameraman, like, bro, film everything. Like, you feel me? So like when we first got onto this shit, the person in the car was driving mad fast. So I remember like I had to run to like catch up. I was mad. I'm like, why the fuck y'all driving so fast? Like, god damn. So I finally caught up to them. I'm like, bro, slow the fuck down. So they finally like slowed down. We stopped all the traffic, like, cause it was like a 2-lane like thing. And then if you drive in the middle, a car can't pass to the left or the right. So that's kind of what we did. You feel me? And just did it like that and just once taked it. You feel me?
So hold up though. Damn, that's good. So you only had like 2 or 3 cars with you. I assume like the first 3 rows was people you know.
Nah, yeah, that was
that's wild as shit.
I didn't know nobody behind me. Like when I was performing, nobody behind me. This one dude, if you look at the video, this one nigga pulled out a shirt, one of his shirts from his brand. I'm like, yeah, nigga. Like that shit was fire. Nah, but yeah, bro, that shit was spontaneous, and I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, let's get it done. You feel me? I'm not type of nigga. Like, if I gotta get on top of something, or if I gotta, you feel me, go on a bridge or do whatever, you feel me? I'll be doing that shit, like, for sure.
Yeah, bro, that shit must have been motherfucking exciting. So I definitely rock with the joint you did with Nine Woods, the video with the violinist. How'd that come about? I like how a lot of people now, I've seen Sleazy World fuck with a little what's his homeboy's name, Banks with a tiny violin. But like I like how rappers or singers or artists or whatever is performing with live musicians more. That shit's fire as fuck.
Yeah, but that was just like my own idea. Like I gotta, I was thinking about how I'm gonna promote this album for real, the No Limit at the time. And I'm like, yo, I gotta do it different. You feel me? I gotta give niggas a different feel. And I thought the live music would be that exact thing. So, my homegirl in that video, she Nina, her name is Nina Woods. She's the one that actually is playing the violin in there. And shit came out fire, bro. It's like one of those things that just the live music just brings out the music, just brings it out in a different way. You feel me? And for people that appreciate shit like that, they're gonna appreciate shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yeah, that shit is real musicianship, and it shows that an artist is going out of his comfort zone, and he's trying to do something different to, you feel me? To make the music hit a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Did you feel like a different sense of gratification than usual when you were done with that?
Yeah, bro. I mean, it felt good. I love music. So like when I hear like drummers play drums crazy, like, or bass player playing a note, I'm like, ooh, that's fire. So of course I'm like, you feel me? I love all that shit. Like that's really like, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I love that shit. So nah, definitely when we finished the video, I'm like, yeah, she did that in one take too, bro. Like, and that take that we released was like, it was supposed to be like the practice run. It was like, all right, we're gonna just do it one time just to practice it. And she did it so fire. We like, nah, this is the one. Like, we did another one after that, and we was like, nah, that first one is it. So she first take that shit, one take. She heard the song right quick, did that shit right away. I was like, wow, talent. You feel me?
Yeah, hell yeah. Shout out to Nina Woods. Hey, like I said, I lived in Houston for a minute. I saw you was in Houston for that video with Jay Stone, Trey the Truth, and GP45, who fucking murdered that shit.
Gangster, my nigga GP.
Oh, you know him like that shit? Can you plug me? I'd love to do a show with him.
Yeah, bro.
I'm shameless too. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's the bro. That's really my nigga. Like, I met him through the song. Like, I met him at the video shoot out there and shit. But ever since then, we went to LA together. You know what I'm saying? He came out to New York a few times. So, yeah, we tapped in. That's my brother. I could definitely link you with him. And he's doing his thing out there right now. You know what I'm saying? He got Bun B fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? But Houston was a different experience. Like, I fuck with Houston a lot.
Yeah, I know. I was saying something about Houston. I forgot you've been out that joint. So yeah, so you like where'd you go? Because I see y'all was like downtown and shit. Where was you at? Like Southwest Houston? Later on.
I can't even remember how to tell. Like next time I go, I gotta be more tapped in. We had a Airbnb like 10 minutes from downtown. Our shit was fire. You feel me? But I didn't get no chance to go to the trenches. Like GP's from Port Arthur.
Yeah.
So I ain't really get no chance to go out there like that because I was only out there for like a weekend. You feel me? It's like 4 days. So you know what I'm saying? So like, nah, I gotta get more tapped in. But I definitely went to the mall out there. That shit was thick. There was so many beautiful women out there. That shit was amazing. So I was like, man, Houston is fire. The weather was beautiful and it was just a good vibe.
Speaking of beautiful women, what you think of DC?
Huh?
Speaking of beautiful women, what you think of DC?
DC, I've been to DC one time, and
you from New York? You only been to DC once?
Yeah, bro, real shit, my nigga. Like,
oh man,
real
hey, DC,
shit.
y'all need to start booking him. Yeah, they need to start booking you. I said DC need to start booking you. They tripping.
Facts, bro. Nah, yeah, I've been to DC once, but I went on some tourist shit. Like, I went to see the White House. I went to like the African Museum. You feel me? So I went to do like some, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really get to tap in and like tap you. So I gotta get more tapped in. Like when I go to places like I was in the Bahamas right last year, and I went to the hood. I was in the hood eating, like chilling. Like I don't really like to be in like, you feel me, all the touristy spots. I want to go to the hood, take me to where the real niggas is at. You know what I'm saying? Where the shit going down at. That's where I want to be at. And I feel like I ain't really get to do that in DC either. Like I ain't spend enough time to do that. Like.
No, I can dig it. Shit, the Bahamas is love, man. Before I taught my son, I went out that joint and rented like a student. And I was supposed to bring that shit back in a half hour. I kept that shit for like a week, and I was going everywhere out that motherfucker.
Fuck it, bro.
Hey, I mean, I took it back to homeboy and blessed him, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't rough the joint or leaving nowhere.
Word up.
I just ain't feel like dealing with the shit.
Nah, facts, bro. Yeah, bro. But yes, yeah, hell yeah.
Everybody should go to the Bahamas once in their life. I'm not done. I ain't gonna hold you up too much more, man. This shit been enjoyable, man. I love when people can talk about more than just music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cats that's all they really, all they know is the music or what they rap about. You know, limited life experience. But I definitely appreciate your knowledge of a diverse array of subjects. But I know you gotta get tired of people asking you about other motherfuckers. So this is gonna be the last time I ever do it unless you make a song with like Kanye West or something. But just out of curiosity, what's your favorite feature like that you were featured on thus far? And you can base it on your performance, so nobody's feelings is hurt. Like, oh, you ain't choose my song.
My favorite feature right now gotta be that anthem, bro. That Lobby Boyz anthem, because that video was epic, my nigga. Like the way we did that video, I ain't never do no video like that before. You feel me? It was a big budget video. Niggas spent some bread on it, and that shit was fire. Like just the vibe, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think the shooting the video was like that shit was lit. You feel me? So that makes it that much better. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many features, so many joints that I've done, and I still got more joints coming out this year. You feel me? With other artists. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But I would say experience-wise, that was like the best time. Like when we did that video and shit, like, yeah, doing the song was like not regular, but it's like, to me, I'm like just doing a song, you feel me? But when we did the video, I was like, nah, this shit gonna be different. Like, you know, so that was a fire-ass experience, and that shit was dope. I think that's my favorite one right now. That Lobby Boy shit. But that Soul Search shit, I had to Soul Search. That shit hard, like.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Stone, nigga, Cali, nigga.
Yeah, Jay Stone underrated, man. I definitely fuck with Jay Stone. I got like 3 of his fucking CDs, like mixed CDs somewhere behind me and shit.
Crazy.
People should definitely get hip to Jay Stone. So what's the next move for you? I mean, are you gonna be going on like a Lobby Boy tour? You about to when you gonna drop that project? I can't wait for people to hear the feeling.
Man, the project is dropping this month, coming up in June. So,
you know
what I'm saying? By the time this interview is out, the project should be out already. Yeah, they talking about a Lobby Boy tour.
Bro, this interview's coming out tomorrow.
Shit. Nah, it's coming out like June 15th or something like that. So like middle of June, but they talking about a Lobby Boy tour and all that. You know what I'm saying? They talking some things. So we're gonna see what's up. I mean, in the future, bro, I'm just gonna keep dropping more projects, keep dropping more music. So like just the same way you tapped in and you listen to the old project, that's like I like that. I like the fact that people can do that. Even though I was releasing music that at a time I didn't have no traction, you feel me? Or not as much traction as I do now. So I appreciate the fact that that music is out there. And I'm almost, sometimes I get mad at myself and I'm like, damn, I have so much shit in the vault that I'm like, I should have put more shit out. Cause it's like, to me, these projects are like time capsules. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like a moment in my life. Like, so when I go back and listen to it, I'm like, damn, I was going through this at the time. That's crazy. You feel me? So that's what I like about the projects. And that's
Put them out. Put them out. They ain't old if you ain't heard them. They only old to you. They ain't old to us. You know what I mean?
It's a fact, but you hear it, you be like, nah, that shit was a little bit ago, my nigga. You don't sound like that no more. Like, you feel me? I mean, so that's the whole thing. But nah, it's all good.
Like context, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Put it in context. You know, this is me like 5 years ago. This is what was happening.
Lost tapes and shit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't feel like it's a new projects, shit and everybody be like, damn, what happened?
Like, just more tapes. I'm just going to be putting out more projects and we just going to keep elevating on everything that we do. You feel me? More features with niggas and, you know what I'm saying? Just tapping in everybody. I feel like I done tapped in with a lot of niggas. Most of the niggas in New York City that are prominent artists, I'm tapped in with them already. So now it's like, I want to expand it now. I want to go to Cali and like tap in with all the niggas out there, all the main niggas out there, the YGs, the Mozzis. You feel me? All the niggas out there that's doing their shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Just more shit like, definitely more things to come.
Brother. Speaking into existence, I got faith. I got nothing but faith in you.
Facts, my brother. Appreciate you, man.
Oh, no doubt. Hey, thanks for being on the show. I truly appreciate it. But before we wrap up, what's the best place to your socials, all that good stuff?
Yeah, man. The social is is Lyrivelli, bro. Same thing as everything else. Lyrivelli. So you can find that YouTube, Google, wherever you do your searching and you're downloading that, you can find me on there. You feel me? Wherever you bootleg your music, SoundCloud, like I'm on all of those platforms. So it's under the same name, Lyrivelli.com. That's really the hub where you can find everything. You can find the clothing, you can find the music. So everything's under one umbrella. You feel me?
All right, and those links will definitely be in the show note. That man got a vinyl. I'm old and white people collection, so I'll definitely be copping one of those when they come out, and I'll make sure to get the post up on Dirty Glove Bastards. Bro, I look forward to supporting your movement. If you ever need anything, hit me up. I'm following you on Instagram under that same name on my screen. So you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I'm gonna follow you right back right now, brother. I appreciate you, bro. You already know, my nigga. Appreciate your time, bro.
No doubt, man. Salute. You take it light.
All right, brother. Let's get it, man. Whenever you're in New York City, let's tap in, bro. For real. Let me know.
With that, I'll do that.
All right, bro. For sure. Safety, bro.